I'm in the game of property development and real estate. So I've got my oldest son works with me in property development. My youngest son works in local real estate, residential. And in our family, we love resi, always love resi. Been brought up in resi, develop resi, live in resi, sell resi, invest in resi, always been in resi. But I find now that I'm more a compliance officer than I am a property developer. So, and then I try to look at things laterally and go, is that really how that sits? So I look at something where the government will end up spending X amount of dollars and we don't get any return for it. Everyone complains about it, but no one does anything about it. Why? Because we're hampered and we're hamstrung. So when I look at things like the tunnel and a few other things where we shipped Australian steel over to China, had it fabricated in China, and this is going back about 9 years ago, had it fabricated in China. It sits on the wharf there because our federal government was having issues and arguments with China. And then the exports stopped on the lobsters, and the Treasury Wine Company and a whole range of different things started happening. But our product, our raw product that was manufactured over in China sat on their wharves, and we couldn't finish our tunnels here because they wouldn't transport them back. So our tunnel delays go 2, 3, 4 years. We're spending billions of dollars on just holding costs. So therefore, then the government borrows more. Now, in a case where you are private, people like me can't do that because you can't survive. But the government take a lateral view that they can do that. So A, why would you ship raw material over to China knowing that the federal government is going to start having some issues with China? Why would you delay a project and cost tens of billions of dollars? Why would you pay over the odds for labour and take all the labour force out of the market? There's all those things that come up that you have to question. So these are the questions to ask at the next election. Who really gives a shit about you? I'm still not sure who that is, but who gives a shit? Who will rebuke some of the taxation laws that have come in to stop people investing in regional areas? Who will look at business startups and provide some economic advantage to people that want to start a business? They're the questions that you need to ask. And even if you're not in any of those games I've mentioned, you will be influenced or affected by it some stage down the line, because the more the middle class prosper, the more the upper class and lower, and not for the working class, prosper. That's how it works. I don't make the rules, but I understand the game, I think, pretty well. So my job now is to navigate all the compliance issues and the bullshit that I have to run through on a day-to-day basis. And they talk about the labour markets being tight and all that. There is plenty of labour still out there right now. Building materials, you can still get reasonably easily. You have to be a more competent developer or builder now than what you had to be 5 years ago. That's just the state of play, and there's nothing really wrong with that. But we do need some government assistance in promoting our businesses and giving us some advantage and creating more manufacturing down here at the Victorian level. Just my thoughts.